there, guys. We missed you. Happy Wednesday. I'm Jen Lormond, exercise physiologist, mom of 3, co-owner of Tinkler.
I'm Christina Walsh, physical therapist, mom of 2, and co-owner of Tinkler. And we are so excited to bring to you a topic today that is more common than you might think. And please do listen in because you might be one of the women that we're talking to here.
Yeah. We are talking about kind of a population that we accidentally began working with.
That is the truth. These ladies started finding their way to us because other things hadn't worked, and it just turns out that we can really have a positive impact on these women, and we can explain more.
So the woman that we're talking to today, I know we kind of teased a little bit in our opener about, rocking your yoga stretches might not be doing what you want. What we're really addressing is hypermobility. So a quick functional test that you could do, Chris, will you do it for us really quick, is standing up and doing a forward bend.
Yes.
So that they know the movement that they're supposed to do.
Overall, though, a quick summary of what in the world does hypermobility mean? It just means excessively flexible joints.
Yep.
So you're going to see right now how not hypermobile I am as I try to do this maneuver for you.
But a forward bend, this is just a quick self-test. If you're kind of scratching your head, if you're the star yoga student that's always being praised in class, or maybe you're the gymnast that's really gotten praised for amazing back bends, we're really probably speaking to you. But a quick functional test that you can know for certain if we're speaking to you is if you're able to do a forward bend, okay? And so Christina is clearly not hypermobile, which is great, but if she could get her hands flat on the floor and still be able to have some softness to her elbows with her legs nice and straight and more than likely her knees locked, and we'll get to that later.
Yep.
You are hypermobile. You have excessive range of motion in your joints. Amazing for when you're younger and maybe you're doing competitive gym, being a gymnast, or maybe we have some dancers that we've worked with, some cheerleaders, and maybe now you've fallen into yoga because you've noticed that those high impact activities, maybe you're creating a little more discomfort in your body, so you're looking for things with less impact.
And you're really good at yoga.
Yes.
Because you are naturally flexible, it's a great fit for you. And this is not to discourage people from practicing yoga. It's not to say anything against the practice of yoga. It has so much wonderful benefit to offer. That's not in question here. It's just a matter of, nothing is the right fit for everybody. And so what we were referencing with the tease is just the fact that if you already have extra loose joints, chances are in that yoga practice you're getting to those extreme end ranges of motion, those extreme stretch type positions, and you're actually hyperextending a lot of your joints, which over time and over repetition causes pain.
And another way that you will know if we're speaking to you is many of those women that I work with say, I just can never feel like, even in that range of motion, that I can get a good stretch in my muscles. And that's because you are not stretching your muscles, you are not using your muscles, you're actually relying and depending on the soft tissue and the joint, which is why this population can have a hard time with both strength training as well as just being able to stand up without locking their knees or pushing a hip out to the side.
Yep, this is exactly what we see. The ladies who come to see us and they are hypermobile, they don't stand with their weight evenly distributed on one side, one leg in the other. They automatically stand like this, sticking one hip way out to the side and locking out that knee, or locking both knees. If they're trying to keep their weight even, they end up locking their knees, which only further hyperextends your low back. But the reason they're doing that is because with those extra loosey-goosey joints, as we like to say, you have a really hard time connecting to your stability muscles, your deep core muscles, because your joints don't know where neutral is anymore because they're so hypermobile. And that's why you end up standing with your knees locked or hip kicked out to one side. That's why you're also really good at yoga. But you might notice over time that doing these things that you're really good at ends up, you start to have some soreness or you start to have some pain and it's not explained. Maybe it got so bad you got imaging and everything looks normal.
And maybe you've even been told because of the imaging results that you need to stretch more. This is a population that does not need any more stretching. In fact, I instruct all of those ladies to not stretch. We recommend using a muscle track roller or a device that we recommend certain positions that help decompress joints. And then in terms of muscle tightness or feelings of tightness, using a muscle roller to be able to roll and flush that tissue out, which works fantastic for them.
Because as Jen said, you're going to be that girl or that woman who tries to get in a position where other people feel a stretch and you're not going to feel a stretch at all. And that's going to be you every day of the week if you are one of these hypermobile women. And we should also bring up while we're here that there is a spectrum of hypermobility, like for many conditions ever. On the far end of that spectrum is actually a medical diagnosis called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS for short. We have a lot of those women find their way here looking for help because what we can offer, the deep core connection, stability, finding neutral again, which is protective and rehabilitative for the pelvic floor and all the pelvic and hip and back symptoms that we love to address, turns out to be extremely beneficial to this hypermobile population and to our EDS ladies who desperately need to reconnect in a safe and very powerful way to those deep core muscles to protect themselves from all the pain that they're dealing with.
Yeah, and the real beauty and the secret sauce, I would say, for these ladies with our 10-minute activation series in the Tinkler Women's Pelvic Recovery Program is that you're not having to think about it. You're not having to think, okay, wait, I gotta find neutral in this position. By going through that sequence, the beauty is the body does actually learn neutral, and when you find that you're in one of those, as I call them, wonky positions where you're sitting with your hip pushed out, your body goes, this isn't right, and you're gonna feel that it's not right, and you're gonna shift back to center. So you begin to catch yourself in all of these different positions and be able to readjust, which again has a compound effect on how this impacts your tissues and being able to recover and do the things that you love to do.
Oh, for a lot of women, it's even just picking up their kids or moving groceries or the laundry basket. If you are excessively hypermobile and you don't have that core stability and your body doesn't know where neutral is anymore, those activities will elicit pain because they're pushing your joints to end ranges of stretching that they're not happy in. And that's where the pain comes from. But, you know, this is a population, like Jen said, we've just kind of found ourselves having a little subspecialty here because it's what works. We know it works for these women.
Very, very well. Yep. And so what are some things that we discussed today that if you're realizing, oh my goodness, this is me, what am I gonna do? First thing you need to do is stop stretching. You need to stop taking yourself into those excessive ranges of motion. We're not telling you that you can't practice yoga, but if you're not feeling a stretch where other people are, that's your cue that you need to back off on that range of motion. The second thing that you can do is go to Amazon, and for under 20 bucks, there's a ton of them. We'll put a link below for the muscle roller that we recommend to women, and begin using that to flush out any areas of tension. That will provide a lot of relief. And then in a couple weeks, naturally, you can purchase the Women's Health Recovery Program, which we've got online and that you can do from the comfort of your own home with a bunch of PDFs. Yes, there is a stretching section in there, but we address the hypermobility things in that program. So it is tailored as well to women that have hypermobility.
And it packs a powerful punch when you can reconnect with your center again and bring your joints into a properly stacked position, not only at rest, but through movement. And that's where the protection and the symptom relief, bang for your buck, comes in. And that's why we love the program, and we wanted to speak to you ladies more directly. Yes, you found your way to us in person, but we wanted to get it out there more that we know we can help you guys, you ladies.
Yes.
Because we've done it in the clinic, and we want you to know that the program that we're offering online, the Women's Pelvic Recovery Program, is incredibly appropriate for you as well. It's what we do with the women who find us here in the clinic as well.
I'm just wrapping up working with an EDS client who has been coming to see me twice a week. This is her 4th week. She'll graduate tomorrow. And just within the first couple sessions, this is really transforming her ability to care for her small children and do the tasks that she needs to do with less pain. She is diagnosed with EDS, and so some of the things that she was experiencing is literally going to pick up a child and subluxing shoulders. So we're talking about people that are on the far end of that spectrum. And as with all of the populations of women that we work with, the message is there is hope. It is not too late. You can take back control of your body again. And that's ultimately why we're so passionate about what we do.
And please, we are here for you. If you have a personal question,
Yes.
Pop it in the comments below or send us a private message. We want to help you troubleshoot and find the answer, whether it's with us or we need to make outside recommendations. We want to be a resource for you. So please reach out. Don't give up if you have hypermobility or EDS. Don't give up on finding a solution. And we'd love to be a help and part of that journey for you.
So until next week, guys, take care.